guys, it's me Sophie and I'm here with my mom.
And
today we are making some cake.
Chocolate cake, really dark chocolate cake.
No, wait, you didn't mention that.
It is really dark chocolate cake, just like the one we made the other day. Only this time we're making it for a friend of ours, and she knows who she is. She's also allergic to nuts, so we're normally going to use peanut oil because it has it behaves really well in high heat. But because she's allergic to all kinds of nuts, we're going to use butter. So if you were to omit the butter and use any other kind of oil, it would be a completely vegan cake. And trust me when I tell you that it's an awesome cake. I hesitate to say vegan or even vegetarian because it turns some people right off, but I'm telling you, you've never tasted a cake this good. As I was saying, we're going to do all the dry ingredients first, and then we're going to do the wet ingredients, but it's like the easiest double chocolate decadent cake that you could ever have. So we're going to start off with 3 cups of flour. Now, a little tip about flour is you shouldn't pack it in. It won't be an accurate measurement. You should scoop it into the measuring cup. It's okay, put this in here so there's no mess on the outside. Remember, not making a mess is the most important thing here.
That's your theory.
So you scoop the flour into a measuring cup, and you use a flat object, whether it's a knife or the end of a spoon, and you measure it. That's accurate because flour has to be fluffed up. It cannot be the kind of flour when you open the package and it's all compacted. It has to be aerated, so it's advisable that you put in a spoon or something and aerate it a little bit before you actually start using the flour. Now, two, 3. Okay, keep the bowl inside. Okay, keep the bowl inside the bowl so we have no mess. Now, that's 3 cups of flour. Now we're going to add 2 cups of sugar. I know it sounds a lot, but trust me, it doesn't taste like a lot. It's not healthy, but it doesn't taste like a lot. So we're going to put all the dry ingredients in the bowl. Let's just do that first.
Sugar
We don't need to sift the sugar, but it might help the flour get through it a little bit better. So that's 2 cups of sugar, 3 cups of flour. This is the boring stuff. And okay, so that was 3 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, and a 1/4 cup, sorry, not a 1/4 cup, 2/4 of dark chocolate powder. Okay, we're gonna have to be really careful now because this really will be messy if it spills. So okay, so
I need to let go. Okay.
That's done. Cocoa is so messy. I already got some on my sleeve.
Sucks to be you.
Okay, so the next ingredient would be so the next step of the process is this recipe does not call for baking powder, but I like to put baking powder, lots of baking powder, maybe 5-6 really top heaping teaspoons of baking powder because I like it fluffy. It becomes really nice. And we're not aiming for a brownie here. We're aiming for a nice fluffy chocolate cake. And I usually measure with some baking soda in my hand, but we use the teaspoon this time. And we add a little bit of salt, and you can mix up the dry ingredients. That's That's all the dry ingredients. You can gently mix them.
Gently.
Gently. Very gently. I already got some on my shirt. I got some on my arm. Got some on the floor.
Anyone want
It's starting
some?
to be very, very stressful.
She's gonna
just trying
leave
to
the
keep
house,
it together.
guys.
She's trying to hold it together.
She's gonna walk out of the
Listen,
house.
don't pat it down. We don't want it compacted. We want it to be like this, okay? Just don't get your hands in there. And I will bring in the wet ingredients.
Like wedding ingredients. Oh my god, I just saw how much sugar there is at the bottom. Oh my god.
Okay, so
She went out of the house, guys.
right, so we need cups, 2 cups of water.
Right.
Just the rest of the cups.
No one saw you.
Okay, so this recipe also calls for 6 tablespoons of vegetable oil, but I usually put peanut oil. I'm not putting peanut oil, I'm putting butter because our friend is allergic.
As you already know.
So that's 3,
It's so tiring.
4, 5.
Good thing we're gonna make this cake look nice.
6. Now I've never tried this recipe with butter before. 7. And the reason is because the recipe said vegetable oil. Now we all know vegetable oil isn't healthy for you. And peanut oil is healthier and it tolerates heat better. So this is about the amount that we need. Okay, and we have 2 cups of water here. That's the 2nd cup. Cold water is recommended, but since this is butter, we're using warm water. And we're going to give it a squirt of lemon juice, about
Wait, what?
approximately 2
That's not
squirts.
a squirt.
It's about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice that the recipe calls for. You mix this, and I'll mix this.
I already finished mixing this.
And
I'm gonna try some. Can I?
did we say vanilla?
No, we didn't put any vanilla.
Okay, we didn't put vanilla. We're going to put vanilla right now.
No vanilla? That tastes good.
We're going to mix it after this, okay? So now we're adding about a teaspoon of vanilla for flavor. Mixing it up here. And now Sophia is going to mix.
Did you put the vanilla?
Yeah, I already put the vanilla now. For Muslims, we tend to avoid vanilla that has alcohol base. Look it up why we don't like to do that. However, it's really hard to find vanillas that don't have the base, so it's good to get the paste, or it's good to get the powder. So a lot of the Arabic or Pakistani shops, maybe Turkish shops would have it. Try that. Now, all the wet ingredients are in here, which is lemon juice, butter, and water. So now, Sophia is going to take over mixing this.
Ooh.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to take a 9-inch pan, and I'm going to put butter on it and flour it and get it ready for the pan, for the baking, okay? So, see you in a minute. Okay, so Sophia mixed the the batter. It's not good to overmix batter because if you activate, I don't know what it is, the gluten, if you activate something by overmixing it, then it won't rise. It doesn't matter how long you bake it. So anyway, the cake is going, the batter is going in the cake right now. And we're going to put it in the oven in just a sec. Now, usually the batter is half this recipe, but doing the full recipe is, it turns into the thickness of a brownie and actually the chewiness of a brownie because it's too thin. So we've doubled the recipe. And this is what we've got. Okay guys, so this is what the cake looks like. Okay, it's really dark and chocolatey. What I'm gonna do, which is not in the recipe, what I like to do is I don't like to do that. What I like to do is I like to sprinkle either on top of the batter or even in the batter itself some dark chocolate chips, some dark chocolate chips, and it gives a little bit, you know, je ne sais quoi. Okay guys, so I said I was gonna put chocolate chips. Here it is. Can you see that? Yummy. So the oven's gonna be heated at 350 degrees, waiting to put it in. And as soon as we do, it should be about 30 to 40 minutes. So we'll see you when that's done. Okay guys, it's the next day now.
Different outfit.
Cutting, yes, different outfit. I'm cutting the cake in half because our friend is special. I want to give her some extra icing. And Sophia's going to do the icing. So I've not done this before.
No experience.
No experience where I cut the cake. And hope I don't mess it up. Try that. No, just try it.
The cake is really good.
That tastes different with the butter.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put bottom here. Oh, that's not flat.
Obviously.
Interesting dilemma.
Who ate the cake? We did.
Okay, we don't want to make it more concave.
What does that mean?
Concave is when it curves inwards. I think so.
I'm having fun with the camera.
Okay.
I think
And
it's your
cut. Okay, so guys, this is the finished product.
I don't know if you can read that.
That's Melanie's birthday, so that's our cake. And just so you could see,
Because of the writing.
the inside of the cake, this is what it looks like. It's very, very decadent. So give me a second to get a knife.
Don't take it apart, Mama.
We made this cake the day before. And I'd like to show you. Look at this. Look at this cake, you guys. Look at the dark, chocolatey goodness. It's really, really yummy.
Why can't you just help yourself from chocolate?
And if you're not allergic to peanuts, well, you can make it with vegetable oil or canola oil or safflower or oil. You can even use coconut oil, depending on your preferences. But so far, the peanut oil has worked out great. The only thing is, you can't send slices of cake made with peanut oil with your kids to school. So, okay guys, this is Sophia enjoying what's left of the icing before we leave to go drop it off to Melanie. So, this is us signing off, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
We'll see it.
And hopefully we'll figure out what we're going to make next. But we really hope you enjoy this cake. And we'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum. Say bye, Sophia.
Bye.